briefly, inspired by John and his writings, and Stephen Mills is going to read something inspired by John and his writings. So, this talk by Ann Cunliffe, or this writing, this is called Why the Hell Isn't He Wearing Socks? Or My Story of Being Inspired by John. Okay, it might look like I was wondering about the socks, or lack of them, but actually I was ruminating on Bakhtin's notion of heteroglossia. Oh, what the heck, I was thinking about the socks. We were giving a conference keynote in Milan on authorship revisited, and I can't recall why he wasn't wearing socks, but I do remember thinking fondly that this was quintessentially John. A nonconformist, a quite radical, insightful, provocative, challenging, inspirational, and sockless in the face of convention. Over the years, we've had many conversations, usually whilst one of us is in another part of the world. And although none of them have been about socks, I always come away from our chats with another question, another idea to work through, or a different way of thinking about something. So, how has John inspired me? I think he's in every paper I've written, and if his name is missing from one, then he'll be embedded spiritually and intellectually in the paper, because we would have discussed it sometime and somewhere. We met back in 1994 in New Hampshire when, as I wrote in my chapter in Tim Concoran and John Crombie's book, this is the Bedfordshire book that came out now, I was inspired by 21 words he had written on page 118 of Conversational Realities. 21 words that made a difference to my way of thinking, my research, and my life. I shall take it that the basic practical moral problem in life is not what to do, but who to be. What were John's words saying to me? First, they challenged one of my then basic guiding principles in life, that you have to figure out what is the right thing to do. And of course there is a right way to do things. Second, much of organisation and management theory focused, and still does, on what managers and leaders should do. What structures, behaviours, actions, plans, strategies, roles and techniques they should employ to make them good, morally neutral technicians, i.e. rational, efficient and effective. And here was a potentially different way of thinking. If we can figure out what it means to be a responsive, responsible and ethical human being and leader of an organisation, then what to do should fall into place. Those 21 words led to a paradigm shift for me, and they not only shaped who I am as a person and a scholar, they also shaped my research agenda and my teaching, in the sense that I began to think about what the implications might be for the way leadership and management are conceptualised and carried out in organisations. So, if I hadn't read Conversational Realities or met John, I'd probably be sitting in an office somewhere, wearing compression socks, generating nice little propositions and models and theories, and being bored out of my mind.